is up, collective? So this is going to be a reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and the North Node. Please only take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Remember, if none of it resonates, it's not the story. There's no gender in tarot. Sometimes you do have to flip the roles. This can be your energy, their energy, or just some person hanging out in your energy. So Scorpio, let's see. The person on your mind. The person on Scorpio's mind, how do they feel about Scorpio? Let's see, Scorpio. How does the person on your mind feel about you? How does the person on your mind feel about you? The person on Scorpio's mind. All right. How does the person on Scorpio's mind feel about them? How does they feel about Scorpio? How do they feel? How do they feel about Scorpio? The Ace of Swords. Okay. What else? Oh. Damn. All right. The Seven of Swords. This person could have thought that you were like a fucking scammer, a thief. Remember, the roles can be flipped, okay? A cheater that betrayed, like they betrayed you, and the universe is saying that's the truth, okay? So you don't really have any, this person, either this person doesn't have anything nice to say about you, or think about you, or you don't, okay? Scorpio, how do you feel about the person on your mind? How do you feel? How do you feel? Okay. You could feel like this is over. Like you don't have, you're moving on, you let go, you're out of here, you are. So I think it's safe to say that you two don't have very nice things to say about each other. What else does Scorpio feel? What else does Scorpio feel? And the Two of Swords. Yeah, you definitely are avoiding this person. Three of Swords when I cut the deck. So here's the scenario. One of you is over. It's over. I'm leaving the building. This is fucking done, okay? The other one of you felt that the other person was very deceitful, a scammer, a betrayer, a cheater, a liar, a thief, a fucking, okay. What is the expectation? I mean, this is pretty clear. What is the expectation? Five of Pentacles. So to leave somebody out in the cold. Wow, you guys really just, wow. Okay. What is the outcome? Five of Wands. So a rivalry, conflict, disagreements, chaos, aggression. We've got the Star when I split the deck. Somebody's healing from this, okay? So I think it's this person over here is probably healing. The other person is in the Ten of Wands, okay? Somebody could be feeling very blocked and very like very empty, and while the other one could be expressing signs of self-love, okay? Spirit, what's the advice? fucking Ten of Swords. Like, this is like a loss. This is a total loss. So whatever happened between the two of you, I think one of you did definitely decide to walk away and go do the healing work, okay? So one of you said, fuck this noise, I'm out, I'm gonna go heal, I'm out, okay? One of you could have ghosted the other person or left them out in the cold or blocked them or whatever. And, you know, one of you, like I said, could have done the healing work and all of that and decided that self-love was more important. And therefore, I'm not going to do this anymore. And one of you could feel like they want to have conflict or they have conflict with what you did. But whatever. The other person you definitely see as a fucking burden, a thief. And yeah. And the universe is saying this is Ten of Swords, okay? So however you slice the sword, this relationship is over. It's over. Wow. So I don't know who this person is, Scorpio, but that was very cut and dry. Can I get some messages? Why, what was going on between Scorpio and the person on their mind? What happened? Why is there so much animosity? Universe is very much co-signing to leave this one alone. Okay, so the universe says Okay, so we've got getting a room. So hotel, motel, suite, business, pleasure. Can I get one more? Oh, Jesus. Fight for what you love, claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. And what else? Anger management in the reverse. And tantric sex on the bottom. So let's see. So I'm getting the Eight of Swords when I cut the deck, the Fool in the reverse. So very negative thoughts. And again, lots of bad choices, risk-taking, indecision. So again, the universe is just furthermore co-signing that the two of you, there was definitely some shit that went down. Tower and the Eight of Swords still. What's getting a room? Hotel motel suite. So judgment. So somebody could have definitely stepped out. And judgment has been called. Okay. So this may be why, the universe is co-signing that this relationship is a no more. What's fighting for what you love? Claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. I'm kind of getting... So somebody stepped out. This is what I'm getting. And the other person was like, if you really loved me, you wouldn't leave. And blah, 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 blah. And I think that... one of you, like I said, went and healed, okay? So So you don't have anger management problems. Perhaps the other one does. Like Seven of Swords, fighting for so fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours. Seven of Swords, deceit, lies, betrayal, scammer, cheating, trickery, trickster. So this person, you know, could have wanted you to fight for this and not walk away, but you ultimately feel like this person is a fucking liar, a trickster, a betrayer, a liar. Like, okay. What's anger management in the reverse? King of Swords or King of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so again, you could have been dealing with somebody who was really abusive, somebody who was like ruthless, nasty, impulsive, temperamental, you know, didn't have their shit together. What's tantric sex? What's tantric sex? I'm kind of getting like they may have been doing sex magic to try to get you back, which is disgusting. So the Ace of Wands, yeah. That's gross. So I think this fell out in the reverse. But either way that you look at it. So somebody was doing tantric sex to try to like get you back, I guess, which is disgusting. So the Wheel of Fortune with the Two of Wands. So there's definitely going to be good luck. I feel like you may have had to, Scorpio, I think this is you. They had to put up with this shit. With Judgment being out here, the Two of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune. I think that this was part of a lesson that you needed to go through. The cycle is over. Way over. Way over. But this may have been something that you needed to learn, okay? Especially with burdens being right behind it. So we've got the Chariot with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This person is just going to have to move forward knowing that this was a missed opportunity. And that's really on them. So you've got here Justice with the Page of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Two of Cups. I think this is going to be your justice and their judgment. I think this is going to be somebody's karma, that you are going to be manifesting a lover, somebody that you're going to have a Two of Cups with. And again, this is going to be their justice. This is going to be the cause and effect of all of this that they were doing. I definitely think you were dealing with somebody who wasn't very honest, okay? You got the World and the Sun. So again, this is closing out of a cycle. So you could be going through an ending and a rebirth. So I definitely am getting the feeling, especially with the Hermit being behind that, that you needed to you might have had to go within after this relationship in order to like really do the healing work. But I also think that you needed to find what the actual lesson was behind it, because right behind that we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So I think that the reason that you had to go through this is going to be You are going to know and understand, and this is going to be different for everybody, okay? So whatever happened in this relationship, each one of you is going to be enlightened on why you went through this cycle, okay? But the cycle is closed, okay? So you did have to go within to get, like, the truth, to be enlightened. And your reward for that is going to be the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so you are going to get your wish fulfillment and the Ten of Pentacles. So I definitely think that there is a lesson behind this. This this relationship is definitely over. The universe said it's over. So I don't know. Good Lord. All right, let's see. Let me get you guys one more message. But that was very, very cut and dry. I honestly feel like there is a lesson for each one of you different Scorpios out there. Only you will know what the lesson was. It might have been your final test or whatever, but I definitely think one of the lessons is self-love. Love yourself first and don't put up with anybody's shit. Okay. Can I get a message for Scorpio, please? Can I get a message for Scorpio, please? I don't know. Didn't want to give me a message out of there. Let's see. I think it could be this one. Let's find out. I think your message was really, really cut and dry. There was somebody who was definitely on some fuck shit, and they really wanted you to be dumb and put up with their nonsense. You don't, and you see them for who they are, okay? I think that's why the Five of Wands came out, where they wanted to sit there and still be in conflict with you. Well, sweetie, if I see you for who you are, then go do some healing work. Go work on yourself. I don't think you're going to be in conflict with anybody. I think you're going to be like, leave me alone. Like, I moved on. You can argue with your damn self. For Scorpio, please. So we have unfold your own myth, okay? If I could get this to stand up. Don't settle for other stories or the tales of how it went for those who took the path before you. No one has ever lived on this planet with your particular thoughts, your dreams, your skills, or your specific genius. The magic inside of you is one of a kind. Use it to unfold the truest and most beautiful version of your life. It doesn't need to look like anyone else's magic, just your own. See, I knew there was a special message for you. So yeah, I think you needed to find the magic for yourself, love yourself, and definitely not put up with anybody's garbage. Don't believe the lies and deceit that people tell you or want you to believe, just because the narrative doesn't fit the story that they're trying to get you to believe. And I don't think you did, not based on what I saw. The universe is telling you to stay the hell away from this person and, keep doing you. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys.